Lee County Sheriff's detectives investigating the grisly murder of Teresa Sievers had a baffling mystery on their hands. So far, there was little to go on. Someone had slaughtered the wife and mother of two at her own home, and it suggested the work of a homicidal maniac.
The community was shocked. There was a woman that was brutally murdered. Just a violent homicide. We have a killer on the loose. Everybody responds. It's all hands on deck, leaving no stone unturned.
Police hoped that her autopsy might reveal clues as to who did this, but it was hard to see beyond the carnage. Did the autopsy shed any light?
It was one of the worst things I've ever seen. There was so much damage done. I've been to many autopsies before that, but looking at what was done to her was upsetting. You disassociate because that's your job. You need to maintain your focus so you don't miss any details. You have that flash through your brain and you refocus and you compartmentalize and say, whoever did this, we have to find them.
Somebody obviously wanted her dead. And that's one of the things we consider. Is this somebody close to her? Is this somebody who has a bone to pick with her that, is holding a grudge for one reason or another?
As police hypothesized what had led to Teresa Sievers' death, a study of the victim helped focus the investigation. Teresa Sievers was a high-profile doctor of alternative medicine with a thriving practice. She had attained somewhat of a celebrity status, but not everyone was a fan of Dr. Sievers' methods.
Based on Dr. Sievers' profile, she was very active in the community. She challenged traditional medicine by also involving a holistic approach. And around that time, there were other holistic / internal medicine doctors that were allegedly killed, which we had to research. So the suspect pool dramatically increased, and she was a force to be reckoned with at work. And she told people exactly how she felt, and sometimes she offended people because she was a straight shooter.
While some detectives looked for a possible vendetta against Teresa, others dug deeper into the Sievers marriage, and they discovered it wasn't a happy home.
In looking into the Sievers marriage and the history it was evident that they were experiencing issues. Everybody that you spoke to said that they would fight consistently. They appeared to be heated more than not. When you talk about Dr. Sievers, she came off as, for lack of better terminology, it's kind of like a firecracker. So now you throw the marital conflict into the mix, and you're just going to have butting heads, and that's consistently what we saw throughout the investigation.
Just talking to Mark Sievers himself, I said, listen, we need to know everything. And he began to express more about maybe having an alternative lifestyle, maybe having extra partners in their relationship. Wow, our suspect pool just got even bigger because it could be a scorned person that they were intimate with.
As the investigation unfolds, we quickly learn that her marriage is very rocky. Phones give us a lot of intelligence as to their marriage might not just be a closed type of marriage, and we were just looking for just something, some type of information, a clue, something that could bring us over the edge.
Various angles and suspects were looked at, but they all came up empty. Then, 10 days after the murder of Teresa Sievers, Lee County detectives got the break of all breaks. A witness had overheard a conversation about a husband who recently returned from the Sunshine State, where a doctor had been murdered. So what was it that the witness told police about her friend's husband?
Somebody called us and said, I have a friend who wants to remain anonymous right now. She told us Curtis Wainwright took this last-minute trip to Bonita Springs, Florida.
How far in advance did you know that he was going to Florida? Did he tell you last minute, or did he tell you ahead of time?
It was last minute thing. I think it was Friday whenever he got home.
Oh, he told you that he was leaving?
Yeah. He said that Wayne had asked him to go with him to Florida to make money.
The wife of one of our later suspects complaining that her husband had left unexpectedly and in short notice to go on a trip to Florida. As we looked into this further, this person, who would be Curtis Wright, wound up being the best friend to Mark Sievers. We have a husband out of state, we have marital issues, we have a wife that returns alone, is brutally murdered that night, and now we find out that the husband's best friend took an unexpected trip to Florida. Now we have something.
Detectives directed all their efforts towards Curtis Wright and his communications with Mark Sievers, Teresa's husband. They quickly learned that Mark was a career criminal who had done time. And their next discovery would be the vehicle that transported the potential hitman on an assignment to the Sievers' home.
We seized a vehicle and a GPS that was in the car. You couldn't hope for a stronger case.